Alright, now it's time for some cabling. Probably the part that everybody hates the most. So this is not a 100% modular power supply. It is partially modular, so only the parts that you're probably going to need the most are on here, attached already. So here is the 24 pin that we're going to plug in right over here. And then we're also going to plug in the 8 pin for the CPU right over here. It's kind of hard to see, but that's where it's going to go. So right now we're going to go ahead and just put this one off to the side. We're going to go ahead and feed all of these cables right through here, just to get things out of the way. Do it one by one. Alright, one through. Other, and just to keep it looking pretty, I'm just going to go ahead and make sure we feed them through there nicely. 2 more left. Alright, now the big bad boy, the 24 pin ATX cable. This one we're going to feed through here and then bring up through here so that the cable just comes right here, not taking up a lot of space. Alright, so looks pretty clean. So now we're just going to go ahead and flip her over real quick. Alright, so here again is the 24 pin. And then we're just going to open this guy up, since they've already included Velcro straps for us. We are going to have to undo them a few times, but just for now, slide this guy in. Okay, and now for the 8 pin CPU, we'll feed this guy right up here. And the video card Those will come up right around here as well. Sliding way too much in there, but that's okay. We'll get back to that in a second. And then we're also going to want to feed back through here these guys for the power LED, HD LED, the reset switch, and the power switch. So we'll feed those so that it goes through nicely. They should fit right in here perfectly. Actually, we're going to want to undo this real quick. Just so that we can feed all the cables a little bit better. This guy, we're not going to use it, so just for right now we're going to tuck this away right over here. And this is a cable for the front fan, so what we're going to do is just undo this little twist tie over here. Feed this guy under through here as well, same place where we put all the other cables, right through here. And then we have the USB 3 that is actually right below the 24-pin ATX. So what we'll do is we'll undo this. Slide it right in here as well. We'll fix it on the other side. And flip her over again. This came loose, that's okay. We'll plug it back in better a little bit later. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and plug in the 8-pin CPU power. Kind of in a tough spot, but that's not their fault, that's just where it goes. Alright, and here is another fan cable. Alright, we're going to plug this one into the chassis fan connector on the board. What I'm doing here is just twisting it so that it bunches up. Makes for a shorter, nicer, and neater looking cable. And we'll feed the excess through here, and we'll pull it out when we're back on the other side. Alright, so I kind of did this backwards. That's okay. Easy enough to fix. There we go. Fixed. Alright, and now for the I actually should have put this over here. Me not paying attention to myself. Let's just get to these guys real quick. Alright, so one right there and one right there. Now actually I thought we needed two, but we only needed one. That one cable had two slots for the video card, so we'll just slide this guy back in. We'll slide the 24 pin ATX back in. Again, I just plugged it in the wrong spot, fed it through the wrong hole. Alright, and for the USB 3, this provides the top ports a connection. Alright, so now I'm going to flip her over. Now we'll pull some of this extra USB out to make it look a lot neater. Fits right under that mechanical hard drive perfectly. And this excess cable over here, just put it to the side. Flip it back over. And now pull this guy through. Alright, this will be for a little bit later on in the build, but you can see how nice and neat that looks. I'm going to go ahead and connect these real quick. First off, connect the other little fan that we plugged in through. Now we'll look for reset. Reset switch right over here. Plug that guy in. Power switch. Got that over here. Let's see, what is this? Hard drive. And the hard drive power LED or I'm sorry, the power LED, power LED. All right, and now we just push everything through so that it's a little bit tighter. All right, pull this guy a little bit, nice and tight. Now we'll pull these cables a little bit. All right, those are nice and snug as well. So for right now, looks like we're good here. Now we're going to need to provide power for these 5 hard drives. So since this is a partially modular power supply, we're going to need to grab all these cables and plug them into the power supply. Let's go ahead and plug this guy in down here. This is the side that goes connected to the power supply. What is this? Oh, and we forgot one other cable, the audio cable, but for now we'll just feed it through and we'll worry about that a little bit later. All right, there we go. So now, actually, just to make it look, let's see, let's plug it in here first just to see how many we're going to need. Alright, so feed this through here. Looks like we might need 3 cables. The reason being, the way that these hard drives are laid out and the way that these cables are, there's not a whole lot of room in between them. So we're going to have to show you. I'll plug these guys in real quick. Yeah, see, and that one just doesn't reach. It's close, but it doesn't reach. So we'll just grab this guy. Plug it in there. And then we'll feed the cable nicely. Just to keep it all uniform. Right through there. Now we'll grab a third. Okay, so now we're going to need to connect this guy. He was left all alone. And again, it's a little bit messy back here, but it's the back of the PC. No one's going to look at it. And since there are no extra cables that we're going to need for opticals, it just helps it stay a little bit cleaner. And of course, when we're done, we're going to go back and clean her up a little bit. Alright, so now we have all the power cables fed into here. We do have to connect the SATA cables. We'll do that as soon as we're done with the power cables. I just want to try to keep things all together nice and neat. So I'm going to flip her over again. And let me pull this guy through here. This was the cable for the rear fan. Okay. And then see the way that Fractal Design laid this case out, very nice. Now I can move this back here, but let's go ahead and take care of the power cables first. Turn it this way just so that you can see it. Alright. And we forgot about the HD audio cable, which we'll just go ahead, plug in AAFP. Plug this in right over here. This is so that the audio connections are live on the top of the case. Not that I'm going to use them, but some people might. So just trying to help everybody out, you know? And now and these are the hard drives. So now that we got everything in there nicely, we'll go ahead and pull everything through nice and tight. All right. All right. Just pull this guy through. Just tight. This guy through. He's tight. And it was 3. Pull the audio cable out a little bit. And we'll just pull her out a little bit this way too. Just to keep things looking nice. Alright, and since we know we're good here, we'll just go ahead, feed these through here right now. And as I mentioned, feed this guy through here too. Alright, so pretty good there. Now, because Fractal Design built this case in such a way, you have plenty of room from the back to the actual side panel, so you don't have to push things in there. So again, I'm going to push this guy through here. And I will tidy that up a little bit afterwards. I don't need to bore you with that during this video. Okay, so now we're going to want to focus on the SATA connections for the hard drives. Alright, so I'm going to connect first the mechanical drives. Just feed these through here, since that's where the SATA ports are. Now, since those are mechanical drives, I'm not too worried about what ports they plug into. I'm more worried about these guys, the SSDs. All right, so what I'm going to do is label my cables. And these are temporary labels, of course. All right, so put in here Sam for my Samsung drive. PAT for Patriot. And K for Kingston. Alright, so we'll get the Kingston one. Plug it in up here. Oh, it was a bit difficult to get in because of all those other cables, but still got it. Slide this through down there again. Patriot, so you can see how it plugs in. Oops. Just snaps right in. Right up here. Alright, not difficult at all. And just to keep it nice and neat, I'm going to fish it under all these cables. And then slide it right in here. And my Samsung cable right here. Slide it in under here as well. All right, and now flip it over. And we have the fun of connecting all these cables, so go ahead and turn it this way for you so you can see it better. Alright, this is mechanical. Both of these are mechanical drives. Put those aside. This is the Samsung. This is the Patriot. So first off, I'm just going to take off that cable. Or that tape, sorry. And connect it right down here in the very first port. Alright, now I'm going to connect the Samsung drive just above it. Push the excess Samsung Patriot cable through. Samsung goes right up here. And my Kingston right over here. And now we have the two mechanical drives left, so I'm going to plug them all the way down here. Pushing this excess cable through. Pulling the excess PCIe cable through. Alright, so you can see right here this is the basic cabling job. Every single thing that needs to be connected, of course aside from this fan that fell off that I need to put back on, but everything is connected. The cabling looks very nice, at least on this side. Again, don't worry too much about the back side. And well, everything just looks great right here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is clean the cabling up a little bit on my side. I don't want to bore you with that. Again, everything right now is operational on this board. This entire PC works. Everything is connected. And then towards the end, I'm going to take some pictures and just see a little bit on how this case actually works. This is it for right now. This is Iggy again, showing you the Fractal Design Define S case, how to cable inside of it. See you guys later.